That's good.
Alright, Shalom, Yasha with Ahchyam out here in El Paso, Texas, out here with another week in season, out of season, as commanded by our power, Yahweh by Shemir Shai. Alright, to further prophesy against Mount Seir, the devil the Bible speaks of, Esau Edom, who was a self-proclaimed white man, and more importantly, to remind our people, the lost tribe of Israel, moderately known as so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, the Spectre Israelites, that they are the lost tribe of Israel, and to warn them to repent, to come back, to return to the Heavenly Father, man, to return to their power source. Our power source is the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in these last days. Okay, during this paradigm shift between the wicked and the righteous rulership, man. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and face the east. All praise, glory, infinite honor to our power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Alright, and also in the Paleo Hebrew, we're going to go ahead and utter Mashiach, Koboy, Mahasakwanyu, Shabbat, Oraka, which is double honors to the apostles and elders, Great Millstone. True shepherds of Israel, all the like-minded Sakwani will Ahchyam, across the four corners, pushing sound doctrine, faith, truth, sincerity, and shalom, honor, and salutation to by Yahshua that without the house of David, along with the rest of the one-third elect men, alright, back at it again, alright, with another heavy prophetic week of unfolding events of secular history filled to the biblical prophecy, alright, and mainly centered around the chip, alright, because there's been a lot of emphasization, on a microchip, and which is the mark of the beast. All right, within these reports, coming out. Okay, including a report in regards to the board aspect of the technology they're using. Okay, tilt it up a little bit. Yeah, but anyway, there's a report, centered around, the cryptocurrency, man. Okay, there's several reports actually, but as of recently, what Esau has been doing on behalf of the wicked elite international private banking families, emphasizing on cryptocurrency, this whole Sam Bankman-Fried situation, all right, and the similar technology, dealing with stablecoin, Bitcoin, and WorldCoin, okay, because they're in the process of replacing this monetary system of this petrodollar with cryptocurrency or digital currency, man. And these other nations are in on it, like China, okay. But it further came out on endtimeheadlines.org that the WorldCoin had arrived, all right, where people can get their eyes scanned by this quote-unquote org, all right, this World ID, okay, in regards to being able to make transactions by being linked in Esau Edom's digital database, man. Okay, so this is an ongoing trend that's going on right now. Okay, that's a global trend. Okay, that's spreading around the world because their satanic councils like the World Economic Forum have recently advocated for people to get these central banking digital currencies implanted inside of their skin. Okay. Because that's a part of the gradualism of presenting this mark of the beast, man. A proud sign of Revelation 13 chapter. And that's the next major prophecy that we're focusing on. Okay,
absolutely. Yeah, this is the book of Psalms 10 and 8, and it reads, He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are set privily against the poor.
God, who is the poor? Okay, those who are rich in the spirit, all right, we're seeing in St. James, the 2nd chapter, and carnally poor, so to say, in this world, man. Okay, but a scarcity of resources. Why? Because it was prophesied that the children of Israel would have a plethora of curses unleashed upon them, pursuant to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right, that's why in the 40th verse on down to the 50th verse, it speaks about how we would have to seek our enemies and wants of all things. Okay, in terms of food, all right, raiment, okay, and medical supplies and so forth. All right, so this devil is using, our necessities that we rely on, by weaponizing them against us, man. Okay, so they can further, bend the will of the poor, okay, to adhere to their satanic new world order agenda under this Edomite hegemony, man. Okay, and this is what this this whole this whole agenda is about in terms of collapsing this current monetary system, okay, suspending the Constitution and rendering lawless societies out here. And that's why, you know, there's heavy turmoil going on down there in the Holy Land, man. Okay, by way of that judicial reform that was passed against the Supreme Court. Okay, because the Heavenly Father is making moves in these last days to return the poor back to the resting place in that Jerusalem, the land of milk and honey, man. That's why this world is in shambles right now, man. Okay, all right. In terms of you know, the scarcity of resources and whatnot, because these devils want to quote unquote regulate the human experience. Okay, which is what they discuss in this annual World Economic Forum Council every single year, man. Okay, in preparation of unleashing this market of beast. And that's why this agenda is really aimed at the poor. You see what I'm saying? Keep up, try to get Jeremiah 15:33, because they're coming up. This agenda is really aimed at the poor. And that's why the brother brought out Psalm 10 and 8, how these devils are lurking in these secret places, okay, conspiring on how to destroy the poor, man. Okay, and they're looking to you know, use this whole climate control, you know what I'm saying, / global warming situation on Jake. You know how, you know, we're supposed the reason why, you know, we're experiencing a global heat wave crisis right now, another plague of the Lord upon the wicked. In all actuality, but these devils are afraid of using, you know, these situations like this global warming situation / global climate control on Jake. Okay, which is why down in Arizona, you know what I'm saying, they're forcing so-called migrants to encamp outside in the supreme heat, the severe heat out there. You see what I'm saying? Because this is all a part of this World War III algorithm of the Lord, Ahchyam, that he's further exercising through his weapon on the left-hand side, Ahchyam, all right, to further, you know, develop and bring out this satanic New World Order agenda. Okay, so they can eventually justify shipping everyone.
This is the book of Jeremiah 50:33. It reads, "Thus said the Lord of hosts, Ahchyam, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go."
They refuse to let us go, man. All right, they refuse to let go of the captives of Jerusalem, prophesied in Joel the 3rd chapter, because we're captives to our power. Okay, God meaning power. Okay, which is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, that's why in Amos 3:1 it says that we are the only family that Yahweh Shemeshai knows, because we're bound to Him through the Holy Covenant. Okay, a blood oath that we broke. All right, pursuing Exodus and 19 to 24 chapters, for example. You see what I'm saying? In terms of prophecy. And that's why we wind up in the predicament that we're in, to be subjugated, okay, to the will of our enemies, in the highest, the lowest of all of our enemies, Edomites, self-proclaimed white or Caucasian race, man. Okay, destroying the earth by way of their vile, profane, godless nature. And that's why the world is speaking out against them, man. Okay, including their enemies like you know, Russia. Okay, recently calling out America's atrocities in these proxy wars and whatnot in Libya, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. Okay, because the devil is being further revealed in these last days, man. Okay, and including your enemies. I mean, in the midst of your enemies also exposed. Okay, like China calling out the atrocities of Esau in America against the so-called Native American Indians in the tribe of Gad. You see what I'm saying? So we've always been the guinea pigs of this devil's experiments, man, like the Tuskegee experiment, okay, involving Judah and the tribe of Zebulon, so-called Panamanians, people down there in Guatemala in 1946 and 1947. Okay, Esau conducted an experiment against the tribe of Zebulon down there in the Tuskegee experiment. So it's not a coincidence now that they're continuing these experiments on Jake for the purpose of rolling out this satanic New World Order agenda, which really entails microchipping everyone. Okay, and that's why it came out, that report that I mentioned earlier, on how the Border Patrol is caging migrants outdoors during deadly Arizona heat wave. Okay, because the current state of this world, okay, you know, further dying, you know, pursuing the second Ezra, the 14th chapter, is going to be further blamed on Jacob, man, the descendants of Jacob, so-called blacks and indigenous people, man. So they can further justify the hatred against our people by using their satanic devices against our people, man. Okay? Because once again, we've always been guinea pigs to the devil's experiments. Okay? Go ahead.
I guess some of the line back on what I was talking about. This is the book of Isaiah 32 and 7. It reads, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speak it right.
You know, that lines up with, you know, who is the needy? Like it says in Isaiah the 10th chapter, all right? You know, it's the children of Israel. Why? Because we're in need of righteous authority, okay, to walk within that path of life, okay, which is that straight and narrow gate of righteousness, man. Spoke about it in St. Matthew the 7th chapter, 2nd Ezra the 7th chapter, for example, man. And that's why in Proverbs 21 and 16 it says that we roughly paraphrasing that scripture, that precept where it said that, you know, we have wandered out of the path of righteousness for so long, okay, we have been engulfed in death, okay, within this covenant of death, man, okay, which is Western philosophy, okay, the ideology / philosophy of so-called white supremacy, okay, promoting death, okay, through eugenics against our people on behalf of Margaret Sanger, for example, okay, biochemical warfare and biological warfare, further exposing the $32 billion pharmaceutical business. You know what I'm saying? Controlling the people through a debt-based currency. Okay, through the petrodollar. Okay, by way of the Federal Reserve Act back in 1913. Ultimately, to microchip the people they've always hated, and that's the Israelites, and that's why they're using these devices, okay, to proclaim false love to our people, man. You know, like we deal with this whole migrant surge crisis, quote unquote, right? Speaking of devices, you know, it come out that you know, phones have been given to migrants with limited uses, okay, with the purpose of tracking them. You see that? Because ultimately, they're going to use the miracles of these devices, such as, you know, being able to talk on a phone with a wave of your hand, being able to open, you know, access doors and entryways with a wave of your hand, to complete transactions with a wave of your hand. Okay, ultimately, a way of what the miracle behind this main device they're gonna idolize, and that's a microchip. And who are they going to use as the focal point? Okay, to further promote the microchip, our people. Okay, the poor, the vulnerable. Okay, that's why it lines up with Jeremiah 50:33, how they refused to let Judah and Israel go, man. You see that? So, all these telltale signs on how they're going to further, you know, present the microchip, the mark of the beast, to the public, man. Okay, and that's part of these devices of the true, okay, that they're using, okay, to persecute the needy, okay, who are destitute of wisdom, okay, a way of this judgment that that our people don't collectively have. That's why the 2/3 are bugged out of their goddamn minds, man. Okay, because they trust in oppression. Go ahead.
I got something. This book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, and verse 8, and it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may destroy."
That's right.
Okay. And you know who the devil is. Okay, the Bible speaks of as Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, as I was talking about all these the devices of the churl. Okay, you know, he's not giving you a cell phone because, hey, call us for help if you need help. That's what he'll tell you. Okay, remember this man, you know, roughly paraphrasing this man, words come on school like butter, but inside was what? War. Okay, and the war is against the tribe of Israel. But hey, listen to me, Jakes. Okay, for the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, so-called Negroes, Native Americans, and Latinos. This is real. This man hates us. It's a decree, okay? And it's also in the scriptures that the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to give over 2/3 of us, that's 66%, okay? Or 2 of every 3 Jake, okay? To Esau, okay? And the snares, okay? For Esau to do as he sees fit, okay? And so right here you get that warning which talks about that adversary. What is an adversary? Okay? That's someone who's adverse to you, adverse to your way of life, adverse to your well-being, the righteousness that we have, okay? The heavenly kingdom that we're going to possess. He's adverse to that. He doesn't want that. That's why Moabites, not Moabites, these Sodomites can walk around so free and do as they fit, as they see fit, okay? And it says, as a roaring lion, walking about, seeking whom he may devour. Well, when a lion is roaring, does that sound quiet to you? Okay, that's why this man is always making noise about something that every doggone week, this man has some type of new law that's coming up. Well, wait a minute. The creator of the universe has what, 613? This man gets something like doggone what, 6,000?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, wait a minute. You get 8. Listen up. Any of you get pulled over by the clock, and if you go beyond getting a ticket or a warning, you know what they're gonna come and say? Okay, pursuant to article this, and that, and all that other stuff. And those of you serving the military, you know what I'm talking about too. Article this, article that. Okay, they got all these things like that because when you go in front of the magistrate or in front of the judge, their goal, the part of the DA goal, is to bring out about 15, 20 charges against you, hoping at least one of them would stick. Okay, and that's why they'll come up with Class A felony, Class B felony, Class C felony, Class D felony. Class A misdemeanor, which can carry almost as much prison term sentence as a Class C felony. You see what I'm saying? Either way they're coming at it in such a way, okay, a Jake, that some way, somehow, when that public defender bring you in front of there, man, they just brought you in front of there. All they're doing is just really buying time. They're ready, it's ready, your fate has already been sealed and decided. Okay?
Right. Got This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, because these unrighteous decrees are very grievous, man. Okay, like the 13th and 14th amendments. Okay, yeah, that has resulted in their prison industrial complex being predominantly full of so-called Negroes and Hispanics, man. This system was actually constructed, okay, and purposely designed for the downfall of our people, man. Okay, look at look at their draconian measures. Okay. Behind this pharmakia, like freezing people's bank accounts for refusing to drink the dragon juice. Now they're being further exposed on that, on the treachery behind that, on social media. Okay, so you devils are just being exposed left and right, man, in every aspect of your wicked rulership that you can think of, by way of the intentions of your satanic devices, man, and that's ultimately to destroy the poor, okay, who are needy of this righteous judgment. Leads me to Isaiah 10:2, which reads, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Okay, all right, and the right of the poor of Yahweh Shemashai's people is his doctrine, man. Okay, that we're bound to through the holy covenant. Okay, you see that, and that's why at the end of this verse he speaks about the fatherless, how the fatherless have been robbed. Okay, because the father of the Israelites is Abba Yahweh, and in Proverbs 4 chapter says how he gave us good doctrine, like a good father, and we slapped his hand away, man. So he turned his back on us and gave us into the hands of lawless enemies, like it says in Songs of Solomon verse 8. Excuse me, Songs of the Three Holy Children, aka Prayer of Rosario verse 8. Okay, because these devils are completely lawless, man, through their immoral decrees, man. All right. By way of their hypocrisy, by way of their treachery, okay? You see what I'm saying? Like, case in point, R. Kelly got 30 years for sexual deviancy and whatnot, okay? But look at look at the Biden administration, man. What they're doing is a hell of a lot worse. And they got exposed for their ties to Jeff Epstein, so how come they haven't been investigated by the FBI and whatnot? Because one hand watches the other, man. That's what's further, and that sentiment is what further, that point anyway is what further exposed politics, another satanic device. You see what I'm saying? That's why it doesn't matter who you vote for, man. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why Deuteronomy 17 and 15 it says how we're not supposed to appoint a king above us that's outside of our brethren, roughly paraphrased, man. So all in all, man, this satanic system, America, Babylon the Great land of confusion, is being exposed, man. Okay, the image of this beast system, and the image of that beast system is this mark of the beast. See what I'm saying? This image of this beast system is modern day Rome, America. Okay, being further pushed through this mark of the beast. Okay, you see, because people are gonna bow down before the image of this beast system, which is America, and take her mark, which is the chip. You see what I'm saying? Because that fourth beast empire is prophesied in the book of Daniel, like it is prophesied in Revelation the 13th chapter. And who's the image of that fourth beast empire? America. All right, Babylon the Great land of confusion, okay, who has a mark, a device that they're going to use, all right, to regulate everyone's human experience, man, controlling everyone's transactions, everyone's way of life. Because Esau wants to further, carry out his so-called legacy, white supremacy. his God complex to control everything you do and everything that you indulge in, man. Every time you go to the bathroom, the devil wants to know about it.
Yep.
Every time you stroke your woman, he wants to know about it.
Yep.
Every time you indulge in a transaction, he wants to know about it. And this is what this market of beast technology being further exposed in its last days is about, man. Okay? You see? Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, and you see, the thing about that, like I brought up earlier, okay, to talk about be sober and be vigilant, okay, and understanding the tricks of this man, okay, and the snares that he's going to catch Jake with. Y'all wonder why he has you marching, okay, basically from the 60s to now, you know, over 70 years, but nothing has changed. But then of late, with the Black Lives Matter, if you were actually looking at your spiritual lenses, you would notice something different from the previous marches in which you had these Edomites in the mix of this Black Lives Matter thing here, okay? Because what they're doing is they're conditioning you and also giving you that rebelliousness against their system, which is not a bad thing because we're not really supposed to follow the ways of the heathen, you know, these wicked devils. But listen to this carefully here. Listen to the book of 2 Ezra 15 and 16, it says, "For the sword and their destruction draw it nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. For there's a sedition amongst men invading one another. They should not regard their kings or princes, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power." Listen to this very carefully, Jake. These are Edomites who are going to go up against their kings. Okay? Now, because they have marched with you in Black Lives Matter, and you have this sense of camaraderie with them. Okay, you know what, they're down with me. You're going to go along with these Edomites, okay? Because you're not wise to understand the snares that Esau has been building up, a spirit of basically stupidity, keeping you in the dark. You're going to walk with these Edomites to go with this against the kings, basically against the government. Okay, and you're going to get cut down. This is not your fight. Biden is not your king. Neither is doggone Trump. Whoever comes next is not your king. None of them ever give a crap about us. Okay? So when you understand this, okay, these Edomites are going to take their weapon, they're going to go to their sword, because that's what Esau likes to do. They like to go to their sword when they can't solve anything by words. Okay? And you, Jake, are going to go along with it. That's why you have a lot of these Jake doing videos about collecting weapons, and you know, I got my little bunker and I'm doing all this stuff like that, because you're following the ways of these doggone devils, man. Because you think that you and them, okay, have the same problem, which is this doggone wicked government, okay? But they don't love you either, okay? They don't love you. So that's something that you Jakes really need to understand, that when we tell you, do not get involved, but this is the warning really actually to the hopefully left of Yahshua, some of Black Americans, Latino, those who are here from where, okay? We are not going to be out there in that foray, kicking down store windows and all this other crap, being stupid, okay, when this government collapses. Let these fools go out there, because that's what this is talking about. They don't trust their government. They're rebelling against the mark of the beast that's going to come. When Yahushua, the Mashiach said to himself, said what? He said, because I was kept the patience of kept the patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Right. So that's the faith that we have right there. Okay? He's going to keep us from that stupidness, man.
Yeah, because we're in tune to prophecies, man. Okay, so all you guys out there that are not in tune to prophecies, man, you're distracted by the affairs of this world. All right, you know, all you brothers out there are leavening your doctrine, you're gonna get caught out here, man. If you don't repent and see the bigger picture, all right? Because we're coming down to the wire, man. Where you know Yahweh Shemeshah is really about to just unleash Esau, Edom like never before. Okay, and if your name is not, you know, whoever's name is not written in the book of life, you know what I'm saying? Pursuing at the end of the 12th chapter for salvation from the plagues, the Lord's indignation. Okay, you're going to be cut out there along with your families, man. Okay? This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18, verse 11, and it reads, "The master and the servants were punished after one manner, and like as the king, so suffered the common person." So, you know, like my man Killmonger from Black Panther said, "This is your king." So you Jakes, you know, you Israelites want to, you Israelites that subscribe to Esau, Edom being your king, you're going to fall with him in a very harsh manner. Okay? So a lot of harsh things are happening to our people these last days, man, including our women. Every time we turn around, we hear a harsh judgment happen to Jake. Okay? Because they know not what time they're living in, and they don't. And see, they're neglecting the sound of the trumpet that they're hearing on the highways and hedges. Okay? Because it's an unfamiliar sound to them. You see? You know, and that's that scripture. That scriptures about the adamant stone. Okay, I believe it's in Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you know, Jake's ears has been made like like an adamant stone, man. Okay, meaning what? They're stubborn as hell. Okay, it's Zechariah. Can you get Zechariah 7:12 up the shop? I know the precept as well, but you know, Jake. Why is that the case for Jake? Why does that precept further pertain to Jake? Because one of the curses, man. And like it says in Isaiah the 1st chapter, Jeremiah 4:22, and so forth. Now how Jake is stiff-necked, man, is sottish. Okay, wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. What is the epitome of righteous and wise counsel, man? These ancient scrolls here in book form, man. Spoke about it in Deuteronomy 31 and 24. You know, saying Job the 19th chapter and so forth. You see what I'm saying? That this ancient blueprint of righteousness pursued in Sirach 39 and 1, for example, on how we're supposed to govern ourselves to please the Lord. Okay, for Him to consider sparing us in the time of trouble. Exactly. And that goes into why Jake is going to expect something for nothing, man. You see what I'm saying? Because that's just how Jake is wired.
Yeah, and this is how Esau's conditioning you. If you would do this, if you would go march and make these pretty signs and talk really loud, okay, you know, what equality, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you. But where has it manifested itself in the last 70 years? It hasn't. Okay, he's wasting your doggone time because why? Okay, he was set up to be an adversary. That's why we said be sober, be vigilant. Your adversary, the so-called white man, like a roaring lion, okay, seeking who's going to devour. When predators go there and hunt, are they going to hunt the strong? Who's the strong? The strong are the righteous who's not going to be deceived by this man. Okay? So the rest of you that want to stray off, okay, on your own, okay, you don't have the strength of the flock. That's why these lions, they like to, when they go out hunting, they like that one buffalo. Buffalo weighs what, 1,200 pounds. Okay, the female lions that tend to hunt, they normally weigh right around 350 pounds. Okay, so that's why 4 or 5 of them will take down the buffalo. So as strong as a buffalo is at 1,200 pounds, it's no match, okay, for a pride that's gonna go and try to take him down to eat him, okay, or hyenas. Okay, but if you stay with the fold, man, okay, strength in numbers. Strength in numbers. That's why they circle around looking to pick up the fool. This is the book of Zechariah 7:12. It says, yea, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord of hosts, Yahweh had sent in the spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord of hosts, Yahweh
Kind of wrath came, upon those Jakes that didn't adhere to the warning, man. Okay, from Yahweh Shemeshai through the prophets. Okay, and see, and this is why, our people, our people are 2/3 of our people are doomed. Okay, because of what Yahweh mentioned to us here in St. Matthew 13, starting at verse 15. It says, "For this people's heart is waxed gross." Okay, it's like. Right? It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing. It's like, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. And the heart in the Hebrew is law, the mind. Okay? And like it says in Revelation, the 3rd chapter, okay, the Holy Spirit only sucks with the minds of the elect. Okay, those who would give their minds, their minds over to Yahweh Shemeshai's righteous sound counsel of this sound doctrine. Those who would not look at this word as a burden. See, that's why Jake don't, 2/3 of Jake don't adhere to his word. Okay, because Jake in general, including those that may not have been sealed yet, especially the 2/3, because they have a false perception of living, which is predicated off of the flesh, the sensations of the flesh. Okay, within that yellow spirit. Okay, another developed ideology of pleasing the flesh that you only live once. That's bullshit, man. Because there's such thing as reincarnation in the scriptures, man. See what I'm saying? Case in point, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12:7, when we die, our life form goes back to the spiritual realm, to the Father, and our judgment is determined in the spiritual realm and further played out on earth. You see what I'm saying? So it's a terrible thing to fall within the hands of Yahweh Shemeshai. See? So it's only wise to adhere to the righteous counsel, to relearn the things in this book of remembrance, like it says in Malachi, the 3rd chapter, okay? To learn about the things that are pleasing to the Lord, so that way he may consider us in a time of trouble, man. And that time of trouble can happen at any point, at any given point in time. Especially Jacob's trouble, man. Because this coming time is going to try all of us. Okay, a time of martial law, time of civil unrest, which will justify Esau calling for martial law, instituting martial law. You know what I'm saying? A time of great famine. You see, time of great pestilence. Okay, you know, because this world as we know it is going to be turned completely upside down, man, and it's going to be converted to a complete lawless society. Okay, we're going to look to weed out their faithful followers to this beast system of those who will bow down and take their mark of the beast, and those who will not. And those who will not will be considered domestic terrorists and whatnot, man. This is all a part of the spirit of prophecy, okay, that we're warning our people to adhere to, but only those whose names are written in the book of life will hear this word, they will hear this message, man, okay? That's why Yahushua said here, St. Matthew 16, St. Matthew 13 and 16, it reads, "But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say to you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom, and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside." And this is an individual whose foundation is built upon sand, okay? A structureless structure, as opposed to those that would have their foundation established on stony ground or a rock in this case, rather. What does that rock really symbolize? We're shooting to Deuteronomy 32:4, Al-Banawi Yahweh. Okay, and the name of his only begotten son, Yahushua. Okay, he was predestinated, preordained to shed his blood for the mission of sins of Israel, man. Okay, our main example on conquering his flesh. You see what I'm saying? You see, because this flesh, okay, wars against our true selves. Okay, our spirit, man, in the spiritual warfare. And Esau understands this. That's why he targets, he impresses Jake, okay, through the vain perception of living, man. Okay, giving Jake over much liberty, okay, to indulge in his vain lifestyle. It's really a death style, man. Okay, that's why Apostle Paul said it's more prevalent and significant to be present in the spirit and absent in the body. You see what I'm saying? It says, but this is going to go over the minds. This is going to go over the heads of Jake, because they've been edematized and traumatized for so long. You know what I'm saying?
You know what it is? It could be like that Ike Tina Turner syndrome. Where Ike would beat Tina Turner and then go, "I'm so sorry, baby. I'm so sorry." Go buy her roses and all kinds of stuff. Beat her again, over and over and over. And this is what Esau is conditioning Jake to the point to where Jake said, "Okay, Jake expects a beating and go, I don't care as long as I get mine. I don't give a crap." And that's why you see these old Negroes who walk around, you know, they done work 40, 50 years, they get their little 401k, their little retirement package, boy, and you can't say crap to them, boy. They driving their little doggone Cadillac DeVille, and you can't say crap to them, okay? And that's why Yahushua came when he said this in the book of Luke 12, and starting with verse 54, and it says, "And he said also to the people, when you see a cloud rise out of the west, straightways you say, there cometh a shower, and so it is. And when you see the south wind blow, you say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass. Ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?" I mean, there's evidence and proof right here. Wait a minute. This is the same man that will come and, okay, doesn't hold himself accountable to none of this. Okay? Okay? This is biblical. This is what this man did. Okay? But he doesn't hold himself accountable to it. Okay? The same man that's coming and telling you, the same man that closed down all the stores, okay, that Jake worked in, get you to go to college or get yourself in debt, okay, close down all the jobs, and then he's going to come up with this, what is it, UBI, Universal Basic Income, okay, which we know is going to lead to this. Right. Y'all see right here, mark of the beast. Hey, when you get when you get something like redacted coming out almost every day with this, there's something to it. Why are they concerned? Why are these Edomites concerned? Aren't they the elites? Why you not only that, they bring out news. This is not only redacted, you're talking about actual network news. Major network news. They're seeing it. That's why Second Esdras 15, 16 talk about that what? That's sedition. Because all of them ain't gonna go for this. You think these Edomites want that doggone government poking into their doggone bank account and into their business and stuff like that? Hell to the hell no. When they're going through these neighborhoods where we live, in the barrios and the ghettos, okay, wronging Jakes up and doing whatever the hell they please, that's fine for these Edomites. They'll report it. Some of them might shit up printing them on alligator tears. But see now, the devil is knocking on their door. They seen it. Because you best believe they're watching our videos. Okay? They might give strikes and all that stuff like that. But haven't you noticed lately? Videos, channels are not getting deleted anymore, are they? Why? Even though they get the order, they realize, wait a minute, whoa. Those guys get something. Now they're gonna do it carnally, where they're gonna go and prep up. You get who is it? Dabu 07. Dabu 7.
He's doomsday prepper.
Yeah, he's a doomsday prepper. He's bringing it out there like that. But his is more of like prep up to go underground for food and to store up your stuff. You know, me, myself, and I. Okay, and so he's sending that spirit out there. Okay, we let you know that all our judgment is coming from the Lord, Yahweh Shai. Okay, so if Esau is doing bad things to you, that's because the Lord appointed him to do that to you.
You know, and those who are not. That's why in Ezekiel 9 chapter, I'm trying to get that Ezekiel 9 and 4. Those who are not covered by that the law, I believe it is in Hebrew, that mark of exemption, they're going to be out here to fend for themselves, man. Because what's going on right now is a global takeover. And see, Esau, Edom is not the only nation. The Lord of all the nations, granted, but he's not the only nation that is contributing into this current global monetary collapse. You got a top world economic forum partner in China also contributing into the introduction and unveiling of this new replacement currency. Okay, which why them on behalf of BRICS, you know, is looking to further push out a gold-backed currency. That's why it recently came out that in regards to China's social credit score experiment has been gaining momentum, because there's a report that came out where if a person with a low credit score rating calls you in China, their phone can emit a siren instead of the usual ringtone. Okay, and so it says then following that, there is a voice reminder that a conversation with this subscriber will lead to a decrease in your credit score. That's why there's a report about a year ago or so where there was an individual, I believe it was a woman, that attempted to board a flight in China or from China, and she couldn't do that because her low social credit score. You see that? So this is what they're going to base this new digital currency off of, man. Okay, a regulation limit. Okay, to the social credit score. Okay, and so there's different measures of violations behind the social credit score. So if you commit like an act of treason, or if you do something, if you do anything that is in opposition to the satanic New World Order agenda on behalf of this Edomite hegemony, okay, you will be rewarded with a dock in your social credit score, and the reward is not always a good thing. See that? That's why in Isaiah 59:18, it further speaks about the reward of the wicked, because every individual shall be rewarded for their doings, for the fruit of their doings, man. You know, see, and the doings of this devil is unfruitful, along with their constituents, man, and those who follow them. See, including China. That's why you Moabites down there in China are being prepared for warfare, because it was further reported that the U.S. have further donated trillions of dollars worth of military equipment down there to Taiwan. as of recently. Salaki. Okay? Now why is that? Because they're further gearing up for war. So it was announced that $345 million worth of military aid then this $345 military aid package was intended for Taiwan, okay, a current ally of America through Taiwan, which so happens to be a former Asian or Chinese province of China. Yet another proxy war along with Ukraine, you know what I'm saying, and South Korea and so forth that Esau Edom is using to further infiltrate lands that don't fucking belong to him.
Exactly.
Okay, because he's a natural vagabond, because his forefather Cain, Kwayan, and the Hebrews is a natural vagabond. He is Kwayan and reincarnation. Okay, that's why he doesn't have a place to call his own. Christina Micah, the 2nd chapter, Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. You see what I'm saying? This devil is the disease of earth. That's why St. John 10 it says what the devil came to steal, murder, destroy. To seize everyone's resources, these natural commodities and necessities.
Yeah, he's a red horse that takes away peace from the earth. Okay?
Right.
He takes away peace from the earth, man. This man, okay, nobody can live in peace as long as Esau, the so-called white man, okay, is in existence on rulership. And that's why it's going to take them Mashiach to return and crush this man like a little doggone piece of cave nugget of shit that he really is, okay, in the front of the whole entire world. And we can't wait for that day, okay?
That's right.
Lord willing, as part of the elect, you know, we're sitting on those chariots watching, okay, Malak, okay, do exactly what he promised to do. This is the book of Ezekiel 9:4 that says, and the Lord said unto him, the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
It's on the elect. Okay, because the elect are precious to Yahweh Shemashah. That's why I believe in Zephaniah, Zechariah 2:8 speaks about how we are the apple of Yahweh Shemashah's eyes, man. The children of Israel, you know, chiefly the elect. And all the rest are we're part of that fold as well. You see what I'm saying? But you know, in these last days, we're gonna have to earn our keep. Okay, because Yahweh Shemashah is not about giving something for nothing. And Yahweh Shai is a prime example of that. Case in point, Yahweh Shai is the 2nd most powerful being in the entire universe. But yet, he couldn't get the petition, okay, or he couldn't get he couldn't get that pass from Abba Yahweh because Abba Yahweh runs everything.
Yeah.
So he stripped the power from our Malak, from our Yahweh Shai, our Lord and beloved Savior, and our big brother. Okay? Because, like Yahweh Shai said, that kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So everything that's further manifesting on this earth is manifested from the heavens, from the ancient of all days. Everything that everything that he had further intended, okay, was intended before time itself.
Exactly.
That's how powerful he is, man.
Yep.
And that's why our message is not of our own. It's not of our own private interpretation. It's of the Holy Spirit of this gospel, this good news for Israel. That we have a place of everlasting rest coming from. Okay, that's being further prepared. Okay, for us to be returned back to. Okay, and that's Jerusalem, the land of the land of milk and honey. That's why the Heavenly Father is stirring up the Holy Land right now with that civil war they got going on down there, man, between the Orthodox J-Brews, okay, and the less Orthodox J-Brews. And essentially, the Orthodox J-Brews, the Amalekites, against the Zionist regime. Because a good number of them Orthodox J-Brews support the Palestinians. And that's confusing because the Zionist regime, the chief of the so-called J-Brews, okay, under the wicked elite, okay, are in opposition with everyone outside of them through racial purity and whatnot. That's why they're justified through racial purity down in the Holy Land to persecute the Palestinians by going up in their homes and taking shit that don't belong to them, just like they did in America, just like Esau does everywhere. You see, that's why the Gentiles that are inhabiting our land right now, prophesied in St. Luke, the 21st chapter, are afraid of being exposed, okay, for being imposters down there in our holy land. Because what does it say in Isaiah the 3rd chapter? It says out there, you know, the children of Israel will be restored back to that land, and none shall make them afraid. Okay? Case in point.
Yeah, those people are real afraid. Those people are real afraid there. I guess this is the book of Psalms 17, starting with verse 7. It says, "Shew thy marvelous loving kindness, O thou that savest by the right hand, them which put their trust in thee from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about." Okay? Hey, you know, the question is, how can it be those people that are sitting over the land over there? How can it be those people? Okay? Where it says what? From the wicked that oppress me. Those people ain't being oppressed over there.
And they're the epitome of wickedness, though, because what do they have annually down there in modern day Ahchyam, okay, which is Tel Aviv, that annual sodomite parade?
The greatest. It's like the Las Vegas of gambling. The Mecca. That's supposed to be the holy land. The holy land that's not supposed to be defiled with abomination. Okay. When you look at the wealthy people over here, all of it is burned. Okay. Zuckerberg, Facebook, $1 trillion company. Google, okay. $1 trillion companies. Apple, okay. You can go on and on and on and on and on with all the companies over here. When you look at the founders, okay, of those companies, they're all Amalek. They're not poor. You can't oppress rich people. Are you serious? Okay. So guess who those people are? Those people are us, man. Okay. And it's only the ones who actually believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, who actually trust in His protection under the wings. Okay. And that's us. That's us who are signing. That's us who are signing and crying. Okay. That's us who've identified the wicked. Okay. And who are the wicked? Okay. Hey, it ain't no secret. These doggone Amalekites are in. Okay. These are it. See, we showing you the people who oppress us. The people, okay, they're going to white Jesus. Okay, look at these are all wealthy people, man. Trillionaires. Why is there no so-called Asian on there? Okay? Or so-called Negro? How the hell? And this is what you see all the time in doggone these Edomites. If you have dealt with them enough, they can do anything they want to do, but yet so they somehow will flip that around, and the oppressor now becomes the one who's the victim.
Land back on that, I listened to Apostle Tahar's mentioning of a video that resurfaced anyway, of this Shedemite by the name of Katie, whatever her name is, from InfoWars, and how she approached some camp of some Ahchyam somewhere. I'm not sure who the camp is, but you know, the brother Ahchyam handled it well, in terms of their response to the craftiness of the Shedemite devil bitch from InfoWars by the name of Katie or Caitlin, whatever, trying to implicate the brothers on charges around the time where them HOI guys, HOI camp, had went down there to DC. The HOI camp was speaking against some Edomites over there. I forgot why, but they ended up going against some Edomite teenagers, right? Some young Edomite men, or boys, should I call them? Esau's not a man; he's a fucking boy. That's why the elder brother Taza Pa from GMS Houston refers to you Edomites as a self-proclaimed white boy, rightfully so. Because Ecclesiastes 10:16 says, "Woe be unto thee when I came as a child." But I digress back to my point. So, Apostle Hart, back what the brother had said, you know, using this example from Apostle Hart's mentioning on that video from that InfoWars chick approaching the brother's camp, she was just trying to implicate them on charges. Okay, but they stood their ground, and they told her, no, you're gonna have to pay for what you did. You're gonna have to pay for what you did. Your people are going into slavery, man. You're going into captivity. she kept getting, her soul kept getting cut deep with the spiritual sword. Okay? Spoke about in Wisdom of Solomon 18-15, that holy sword from above. Okay? Further showing light on the atrocities, the treachery, and tyranny of her people. Okay? Of the secular history filled with biblical prophecy against our people. Alright, the descendants of Jacob. She couldn't take it, so then she resorted to carnal measures. Okay? By saying, oh well, that's why we need guns. That's what she said. So anytime Esau can't get his way, they resort to little bullshit like that, man. And that's why they're being further exposed out here, because they're nothing but demonic children, man. Okay? See? So ultimately, this is why in Psalm 50 and 16 and 17 it says, what has that to do to declare my statutes? I shall rebel more and more, because Esau is a natural vagabond in every sense of the word, man. You see, that's why when Heavenly Father Yahweh asked Cain, the incarnation of Esau, you know, one of the Cain responded by saying, "Oh, am I my brother's keeper?" Esau has the same mentality. Throw a rock and hide his hand, looking at us, man. That's why you're being further exposed out here. It's like a woman being a harlot and then wiping her mouth and saying, "I've done no wrong." That's why these Edomites, these women go hand in hand. That's why Esau set up the woman as a further agent of his chaos.
Yeah, and speaking on that, I think there was a video that came out earlier this week where a couple of brothers brought it out. You know, that Jake is becoming wise. Really, basically, Jake is getting tired of these bitch.
Yeah, you end up.
Okay, you end up out here. Okay, and see what Esau has done is set you up in this delusion of independence. I'm a strong black woman. Well, we're gonna see what happens when Jacob trouble comes. We're gonna see when you get in the mix of these in the mix of 2nd Ezra 15 and 16 when these Edomites start clashing, and you think that you're part of this. You're part of this. Okay, we're gonna see just how independent you are when these jobs start laying you off. Okay, when they start laying you off. Okay, and all that money you spend on that damn weave and all them damn sticky nails and all that shit like that, you can't afford those anymore because why? The doggone Goop stores are going to be doggone closed too. Okay? Why? Because nobody's going to be able to afford to go buy them. Who's the biggest spender in those stores? Jake. So if you don't have no money to go buy stuff in there, okay? See the pool of niggas, okay? Not us men. Niggas is getting smaller and smaller for you doggone stinky women. Okay? So even them are starting to get real sick. They've been pissed over and screwed over. And now they're making videos. Okay? Don't want to deal with you. How much more so when you think time comes down and you walk with your big, broad, brontosaurus ass, stinky whore, and the only man, okay, that you can turn to is going to be the righteous man. The same man that you look at, okay, make mockery of, don't listen to, come up against, you know. I watched that movie last night called Nope, but this is some Kiki Palmer.
Yeah.
And I know she was acting in that without getting up, but she irritates the crap out of me.
She played that role perfectly well, because that's the natural spirit of the endo.
You know,
hyper masculine, ratchet, clamorous.
Up in your face.
Yeah, clamorous and shit.
All completely out of order. When that time comes here, when Esau laying that damn sword and y'all running for y'all, running around like that, please help me. You think any of the men stand up here? I should call it say kings on a small lowercase god stand up here. The hopefully left, man. We're gonna put bread in your mouth or do anything for you? Are you kidding?
You didn't earn it.
You earn it. We're gonna be that voice of the Lord that's laughing at you. That's what He said. When your tribulation comes like your desolation comes like a doggone whirlwind, that means it's going to come so doggone fast, you're not going to be able to get out of the way. Okay? It's going to be very sudden. Very, very, very sudden. Oh, now the men are going to be valuable. Not for you. Nobody wants a whore, man.
That's some free line. Land back on that. This is Jeremiah chapter 4, verse 30. It reads, "And when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, makeup, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek that life. So all that witchcraft makeup you women put on, mainly women of Zion, okay, you haughty daughters of Zion, okay, that's going to be a further part of your death trap. Because you shall know, like I said, I think it's an apocrypha, you shall know a whore by her eyelids, okay, and her attire, roughly paraphrasing. So you women like to, show your cleavage, your camel toe, your buttocks, and all that shit. The weave, you know what I'm saying? Put on your rose blush and put on your cumbrella eyelashes. Okay, you're gonna be a prey out here to these ravenous men. Okay, you do not have any regard of the word of Yahweh by Shemeshai at all. That's why a lot of these that Edomite serial killer down there in Pennsylvania has been targeting these escorts. You harlots for hire. See, then there's another trend, it's an ongoing trend that rebellious, ravenous men are on the rise. These are for the spirit of vengeance. Okay, like that Edomite in Pennsylvania, 34-year-old Edomite that escaped from that Pennsylvania penitentiary. Him and that Texas Jake that escaped from the penitentiary last year as a further part of this growing trend of rebellious, ravenous men against the system. That's right. When they hate you women too, man. And a lot of them hate you women. When they get their hands on you, man, Yahweh Shemeshai is not going to save you. Because you fell for the okie doke. You further contributed to the devised mayhem and catastrophe. Okay, by your oppressor, out of envy. See, so you're for a part of so you're for a part of the problem. That's why Yahweh Shemeshai is going to give you over to your own ruin, man. Because you don't understand the time in which you're living.
Absolutely not. And you want to be part of that. The buffalo that want to stray out there, go ahead. Okay, because you're going to be meat for those predators out there. The wickedness of East Edomites, so-called white man, is unprecedented. It's unprecedented. If we were to actually, if Yahweh Shemeshai was to actually set up a big giant screen monitor and show you what he knows about Esau and the things that he has done, we probably would never be able to sleep and close our eyes ever again. Ever again. So that's actually mercy. It's actually mercy. We don't know how he died in our previous incarnation. That's mercy. There's mercy. We don't know some of the things that they're doing in Hollywood. It's exposed, but I mean, do you really, really want to know? You might not be able to look at your food ever the same again. That's mercy. Okay.
And the brother mentioned shadow that wings earlier. Okay. What is ultimately the shadow of Yahweh Shemeshai's wings? Okay. This is Isaiah 61:9 says, "And their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them. They that are the seed which the Lord Yahweh hath blessed." Here's a point in Isaiah 61:10. "I will greatly rejoice in the Lord Yahweh. My soul shall be joyful in my power. For he had clothed me with the garments of salvation. He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels." Because we are the bride of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. The beautified bride of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Okay? Through the sound doctrine, okay? Otherwise known as the spiritual garments. Not these carnal garments. This is not what's gonna save us. This is another cut. So you fringe wearing, you t-shirt fringe wearing guys, man. Okay, all you guys that are so adamant about the fringes, you're a hypocrite because does not the fringes resemble a reminder of rehearsing the righteous laws, statutes, commandments of the first holy covenant that we perpetually broke in the first place? That wound us up in this predicament called Babylon the Great, captives in a strange land, like it says in the book of Baruch. Okay, the Baruch, the 3rd chapter. Okay, being subjugated under the oppression and affliction of our oppressors to serve them and their gods. So how can we keep all the 613 laws, statutes, commandments perfectly? That would defeat the purpose of us. That would defeat the purpose of us requiring grace and mercy.
Exactly.
That's why we're in this grace period, man. That's what you so-called Christians to understand. Okay? You think that entails justifying indulging wickedness and then claiming and then pleading the blood of Jesus. Oh no, it don't fucking work that way.
Yeah, but see, here's the kicker. They believe. This is what I heard all my life. Okay, and I know like church. I know I used to go. I used to skip it all the time. But this is what I used to hear all the time. All you gotta do is just wait till the very last second when you're on deathbed and go, "Forgive me, Jesus, for all my sins." Kind of like that on Esther's spirit of Sanford and Son. Okay, and then just like that, whole lifetime of pure wickedness, no accountability, and just like that, sweet Jesus is gonna give you in like that. Who the hell is gonna go to hell, man? Well, I mean, seriously, who is going to go to hell?
Yeah, of course. See, that's pretty close to the hypocrisy and fallacies of plantation Christianity. Because with that logic, there's no such thing as an evil person.
Yeah, there really wouldn't be.
Then there's no such thing. Everyone could just say, I plead the blood of Jesus over me, and I'm good. Where is that in the scriptures, man? You're not going to find that in the scriptures, man. Because I forget which video I was watching, man. I was watching this video. Oh, I was watching this video of Bishop Nathaniel, the other guy, whatever he calls himself nowadays. General, Great Nate. On this guy Jason Whitlock's platform. Jason Whitlock is a sports commentator, and he recently went back on Jason Whitlock's platform like a day or two ago. And I read in the comments, and somebody said, the first comment was, at least when I was watching it last night, someone said, "What is? I'm wondering what his doctrine, Nate's doctrine is about." And somebody said, "Oh well, it's a false belief that they're the real people of God, and they have a misconception on Gentiles. Gentiles has everyone integrated within the grace of the Lord." These people don't understand the scripture because there's more than one meaning of Gentiles, man. Okay? Now, Gentile in the Greek, there's a Greek term for Gentiles, which is Hellenists, which means Greek-speaking Jews. Because that line from Deuteronomy 28 and 48 on down, where it speaks about how we were to learn the languages of our oppressors, man. Of the oppressor, okay, coming upon us, speaking languages that we did not understand, okay, and that Greek language is a part of that, okay. Now that's why we speak English, we speak Spanish, we speak Portuguese, and then over 2,000 years ago we speak in Greek, Latin, and such languages of that sort, right? See, so they don't understand that. See, that's why I think it's Apostle Ramla that mentions this. He says, in order to understand the mystery, you have to understand history, man. So that's why you people don't understand the scripture, especially you bugged out Christians, man. Okay, you don't understand. In case of point, you don't understand. You have no biblical understanding of the word Gentile in its entirety. So you should be quiet. Okay, humble yourselves and make that calling election sure. Okay, by seeking a true understanding of the sound doctrine from the men that was appointed to teach you. Okay? Like it says in Isaiah 30 and 20, "Now I shall see thy teachers on the highways and hedges," where they have been for the past several decades. Yeah. And we're mainly from originating from the One West branch. Mainly the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Alright? And the faithful, sincere, diligent affiliates, okay, that push the same sound doctrine, man. For you shall know a man by his fruits, man. But you people don't want to. People don't want to come to grips with that. I know Satan had to intervene. Go ahead.
Well, see, they envy the oppressor for one, okay, and two, they love his ways. But again, we was talking about earlier about Esau, the Edomite, and from InfoWars, that lady that came over there that was trying to accuse the Jakes of stirring up issues. This is the book of Ezekiel 35, starting with verse 5, and it says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said the Lord of power, I will prepare you unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, said thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So there's a great blood time that's going to be coming. Okay? Now, roughly paraphrasing here, where it talks about, it says judgment don't come upon the wicked, you know, in the speediest fashion. Okay? They continued on, the hearts of these men continue on to go do wickedness. Okay? But you can remember, the Lord gave Esau the ability, the tool, the sword, which Esau is going to fall on that sword himself. Okay? You ever heard of, many times you'll see, and I saw this a lot a couple of years ago up in the Bay Area when I was out there, living out there. You had a conflict on the train, the commuter train, and somebody pulled a knife. Guess what happened? The guy that pulled a knife actually died by that same knife. The guy that he went to go try to deal with actually defeated him in such a way that he actually used that same knife to stab him with. And so does Esau. Esau's going to build all these nuclear weapons. He built all these guns. He turned around and he put weapons. The CIA, they were an FBI, the freaking local police put those weapons, okay, in the so-called blacks, the Americans and Latino community, particularly the communities with the so-called blacks. Set up gangs, gave immunity to drug dealers so they can keep pushing their drugs, okay, and be a little snitch, okay. Give them immunity to sell drugs to the people, keep them docile. We saw this in that Tyrone thing there where they keep them there, okay. We know what you're doing, but we want to make sure you stay there. So you can murder at will, you can do whatever the hell you want, push that drugs and do it will. Give them guns and everything, right? That's going to come back on Esau. Because see now, Jacob is strapped to the teeth, killing each other. They practice killing. They have that envy, that eye for each other, the hatred. The hatred, man. The hatred for you. So when that time comes here, when Jacob, when Jacob are not getting what they want, they're not getting the free food, they're not getting this. The Edomites out there freaking they're gonna stand up against their government. They're freaking the Edomites out there kicking down the doors and the stores and say, screw this. I'm not getting no chip in my hand to buy no food. And you, Jacob, they're gonna go and take it and go think you're gonna walk out there like a nigga. You think you really believe Joe Sixpack is gonna watch your doggone black ass or your spick ass walk into a damn car with your damn food because you took the damn chip? Okay, the scripture talks about what? They talk about the fact that they're gonna laugh. Not only Esau them gonna laugh at you, but they can trample all over your ass, man. The Lord is gonna allow that. Okay, and Esau, the niggas that you created, they're gonna be the source that's gonna be going after. They're gonna be the same source that's gonna be coming after the doggone you low-level Edomites. Who you think you're gonna be clashing with? And I'll bring that up a little bit later.
That's why, you know, to land back on that, this is I want to bring this up, man, because we're at the time, man, where this devil is just being completely exposed, man. And if you're not on the right side, you're gonna, like I said in Psalm the 64th chapter, or roughly paraphrasing, we're gonna be taken by the wayside by his devices. Okay, so we're gonna have a quick precept. The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 13. And it reads, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? And the wild beasts of wild brute beasts is Esau Edom. Okay, a man with no order, the man of sin is son of perdition, meaning destruction. Okay, who lives by the power of his sword, like it says in 2nd Ezra 9 and 13, or Sirach 9 and 13, one of those two. Okay, it speaks about the power of his sword. That's how he lives, man. That's why a little over 90% of America's existence, okay, with these wars and such, okay, have been waged by the self-proclaimed white man. So that means a little over 90% of America's existence they've been at war. That's horrible, man. That's why Nahum, that's further why Nahum 3rd chapter says, "Woe be to the bloody city. It's all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not." Who's the prey? The nation of Israel. Because there's the blood of the saints, the nation of Israel, so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, that this land was established off of, man. See, you jakes that don't understand your own history, you're gonna wind up within these snares. You're gonna be used as a creation of your oppressor, okay, to bring about your own detriment. And ironically, to issue out this likewise detriment to your oppressors in a civil war, okay? Because like that could be for fulfillment of Micah the 5th chapter, okay? And how Judah's gonna be like it's also lines up with Isaiah the 19th chapter.
Ooh.
I know that's your favorite.
I got it right here.
God.
This is the book of Isaiah 19, starting with verse 14. It says, "The Lord Yahweh Ahchyam had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt, great Babylon America, to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering his woman. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do." There's a great layoff that's going on right now. You think this AI is about your help? No, this AI is about your replacement. Okay? And it's going to be in a gradual state, okay, as each one of these companies start to get it. Customer service, there's going to be decision making, okay? So a lot of the Edomites in your lofty positions right now, which you are not qualified for, we know it, okay? You're going to be laid off, okay? You're going to be laid off. And also the low level jakes, okay, in their from the janitors and everything like that, because if they have these AI can actually go and sweep the floor, okay, and clean the place, okay? And that's the reason why you see they have this remote work kind of going on like that and all this other different stuff like that, because they condition you the fact that there ain't gonna be no office for you to come in. They don't need for you to come in, okay? And it says, "In that day, Egypt should be like unto women." Y'all hear the saying, why don't you broaden those shoulders out? You know, why don't you pick yourself up by the bootstrap?
That's a common one.
Yeah.
Pick yourself up by the bootstraps.
Yeah, the idiom.
A lot of coons say that shit too.
Yeah, pick yourself up by the bootstraps, okay? Because see, everybody's hardy when life is going great for them, okay? The wicked is very hardy when life is good for them. And that includes Suter J. Okay? You got that me, myself, and I mentality. Okay? It's all about them. Okay? But it says, you're going to turn into bitches. It says, it should be like women, and it should be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemeshai, which he shake it over it. We see that shaking going on right now. And it says, "And the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt." Everyone I'm making mention of will be afraid of himself because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he had determined against it. The majority of these nations on this earth don't like the Edomites. They actually don't. Okay? I traveled to the Middle East and in Asia. They don't. But because of the American petrodollar and what it brings to them, they lay the carpet over for any doggone so-called Edomite, or basically any Americans in particular, actually. Okay? They lay that carpet over for you. But once it's all done, these proud Edomites are gonna find out, okay, you're not so superior after all. Judah, Jake them only once that entertainment stopped. They ain't got no job. They ain't got nothing else to do. The nigger that the so-called white man created is gonna be that terror on him. Oh, you think you think these scumps are gonna be able to just pull up in these neighborhoods right now and then Jake them to pull up camera and just film you doing that? No. The Lord gonna put the spirit for terror to be all over the place. And this is not only just the Negroes. This is the Negroes, the Americans, and Latinos. Okay? And furthermore, we can talk about the fact that, okay, and I'll bring that up later, that every man's gonna go in his own country. Meaning what?
Oh, I got that one.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all you that bend the bow. Shoot at her. Spare no arrows. For she has sinned against the Lord Yahweh. That's why North Korea has been in the news as of recently. For the fulfillment of this prophecy, for their developing their thermonuclear arsenal against you devils, man. That's why it came out that they have a weapon that is reportedly capable of reaching America. I believe it might be the Swan 15, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Then you got Iran, you got Russia. You know what I'm saying? China further preparing for war against you. This is Jeremiah 15:15. Shout against her round about. She has given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her as she had done due to her. Here's the point. Verse 16. Cut off the sower from Babylon and him that handled the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword. They shall turn everyone to his people. And they shall flee everyone to his own land. See, and this is why a lot of these nations, man, are forsaking. They have forsaken the so-called American way, like a man Nino Brown said in New Jack City. See, and how are they afraid of doing that? By exposing the wickedness of the devils. Like recently, they had come.